Hey, what's up, kid? It's me. It's me. It's been a while since I made one of these things. Just dropped off your Lolo at the apartment where he's staying, and yeah, right now it's Sunday, March 22nd, something like that. I'm gonna have to check that. I should have checked the date before I started this thing. March 22nd. The year is 2020. We live in the future now. And a lot's happened since I made one of these. First off, I lost my job around the holidays. They cut me by text. Come to find out, I was working for a guy who will cut you by text message. So I got cut from Condon Johnson, and then I eventually found a job at Foundation Pile. They're the company that bought American Pile Driving, so it's another drilling and pile driving company. And the beauty of it is that they are the direct competitors of Condon Johnson. So there's definitely some justice in that. And right now it's the end of March, so it's almost your first birthday. We're finally going to do this. Looks like we're going to be able to keep you alive. The milestone is that it looks like we're going to be celebrating keeping you alive for a year. So that is incredibly good news. But the unfortunate and the interesting circumstance that's going on right now is that the world is on high alert because of the COVID-19 virus, Wuhan coronavirus, COVID, Corona, SARS-2. I don't know. There's a lot of names for it. And you can probably look this up on your own and just judge for yourself. But from my perspective, I think the media has been very irresponsible in handling this, and this has caused mass shutdowns in almost all industries, and the government has sent down mandates for people to quote-unquote shelter in place, which means stay inside and don't come into contact with anyone. And I think the quarantine is supposed to be for 3 weeks, and most people are abiding by that. A lot of people have given in to the fear, but there are still people that are just holding hands, walking around, and just going about their business. A lot of people, though, especially in the hospitality, restaurant, entertainment industry, they've lost their jobs. A lot of places are closing down, and it's going to be really tough for a lot of mom and pop shops to survive this type of a shutdown. So right now, traffic is down, pollution is down, the economy is down, but I'm in a lot of industries like travel, but product buying through grocery stores is, I guess, at an all-time high, so that kind of balances the scales a little bit economically as far as the short term. But the leadership of Foundation, who I work for, they asked their crew of lawyers to comb through these government mandates, and the lawyers found out that the government mandates they're not orders at all. They're just very heavy-handed, strong recommendations. That's basically what it boils down to. Just some very heavy-handed recommendations to not go to work. And some companies, like Condon Johnson, they took that straight to the heart and they just shut everything down. But the leadership of Foundation, once they went through the due diligence and found out that there was no legal orders sent down by the government to shut down, they decided to stay open. And Foundation is part of a nice, strong coalition with 2 other companies. There's Kiewit, which is another crane company, and Keycon, I guess a division of Kiewit, and they make the pile. So Kiewit's a big crane company, and Keycon makes the pile. Foundation drives the pile. So that is where I'm at right now. It's Sunday, and just after 7 p.m. and I'm driving home, and I'm getting ready to wind down, turn in for the evening, because I'm going to work tomorrow. Nothing's slowed down. We're hanging tough over there, and I'm glad we're still doing an hour overtime a day, every day, and nothing is stopping. We're rebuilding a pretty rare crane right now, a Manitowoc 3900W, they call a Bigfoot, and I'll try to save some pictures that I can show you once you can understand what you're looking at. But apparently this crane is only one of 2 of these cranes in the world, so it's a pretty unique opportunity and privilege to be able to work on this crane. I mean, I've been doing a lot of cosmetic work, sanding and all that. So by the end of this, I would have touched almost every part of this crane. And yeah, we're rolling forward on that, hanging tough, and yeah, which is good, because if Foundation decided to abide by the shutdown, I, as an apprentice, would have had to go back on the out of work list, because I would have been out of work for 2 or more weeks. So I would have had to, I just got to Foundation, and I would have had to maybe go to another company again, who knows, but it never got there. And we were all kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop this weekend, but no one's heard anything. So I'm going to be going to work tomorrow, which is great news. I'm still working, and going to be continuing to provide for you and your mama. And she's still keeping on her contract with Verizon is winding down, but we're completely set for that. We're also completely stocked up for this this time of shelter in place. I mean, everything is closed. Everything is, you know, all the barbershops, hair salons, a lot of restaurants are closed down. I mean, this is really hurting a lot of people. People are panic buying toilet paper and hand sanitizer. I mean, you know, people are wearing masks and gloves out in the street, but, you know, they're still dragging their pallet of water along the ground at the cash register. So it's a lot of cognitive dissonance and just media manipulation. I mean, I obviously have come to my own conclusions, but what I want you to do is to arrive at your own conclusions. Look at the evidence and follow the paper trail, follow the money. That's an easy way to find out who has a stake in the game, who's got a dog in the race, you know, who's got an agenda in place, who does this benefit, who's making money off of this. Yeah, and yeah, that's ultimately would be my message to you. That's my intention for you, is to you got to be able to think for yourself, even though you're being bombarded on all sides by a hurricane of different thoughts and opinions and information through the media, whatever news sources. Don't take anything at face value. You got to think for yourself, come to your own conclusions, and really objectively as you can, look at all of the evidence that is available, the source of the evidence, how credible the source is, and who's funding the source of the evidence. All of these things are considerations that you've got to take in order to just cut through all of the bullshit that is coming your way. I mean, you know, not only through exceptional times like this, but just in everyday life, moment to moment. It's a process that you should use all the time, if possible, if you can stay calm enough to use it. But yeah, that's basically what's going on. I don't know if this counts as illegal cell phone use while driving. I mean, it is hands-free, but yeah, I'm just right now driving home, and yeah, I think your Lolo described it pretty well, where driving home, driving around on the weekdays is like Sunday traffic. Everything's so wide open and clear, and there's a eerie stillness and calm about the neighborhood. It's very quiet because people are sheltering in place right now, as mandated by the government. You know, it's just, I mean, our company was able to find out that the mandates are just heavy-handed suggestions, but most people don't have access to a crew of lawyers to decipher a mandate from the government like that, to find out that it's actually just a suggestion and not an order. You know, so I mean, I feel very fortunate to be a part of a company that's hanging tough like that. Anywho, here I am, rock you like a hurricane. No, I just got home, parking right now. Yeah, well, I'm glad I was able to take the time and do this. I mean, that's really it. It's just there's just no time. There's just no time anymore. I mean, between working and feeding you and bathing you, changing your diapers, and basically being a husband and a father, there's no time. There's no time anymore. But in a way, I'm glad. I'm glad to give you all my time. There's no question at all in my mind that you're worth it. And yeah, just like I said, you gotta think for yourself. You gotta think for yourself. Look at everything as objectively as possible. And yeah, if you need to hear it again, just rewind the video. I think I said it. So with that, good night. Take care of yourselves and each other.